very exciting. I've come to Mercedes, here, Mercedes big headquarters in the United Kingdom at Milton Keynes, and I've been given the keys, and I'm looking for this. I mean, it is, you know, I can't, they said it's out in the car park. That's the car I'm looking for. I mean, it is amazing. I'll do the old trick when you're in a car park and you don't know where a car is. I'll press the unlock button. Oh, it's that. That doesn't, does that? Somehow, that isn't quite what I was expecting. That is slightly different. I mean, maybe it's the colour scheme, and obviously they've had to disguise it a lot because it's really, this is the first time it's been in this country. No one else has seen it. This is a super exclusive for Fully Charged, but that isn't quite what I was expecting. I was expecting, you know, 2050 science fiction amazing car, because the stats of this car are off the scale. So this is a freezing cold car park in Milton Keynes. That is the Mercedes EQS, and this is Fully Charged.
Don't forget our great EV giveaway. Subscribe and enter for the chance to win one of several electrifying prizes, including one of 4 electric cars.
Okay, oh my Lord, even as I'm sitting here now in the interior, this is just next level technology. It's like going into the future. It's like I've been in a coma, I've woken up and I've just got in a car. Everyone is used to this. I'm not, because it is off the scale amazing. The integration of the screens, the steering wheel, the comfort of it, the seat, and I'm now going to drive it because it's just, that bar is, that's beautiful. The way that's made. I've just taken my foot off the brake and I start to very gently cruise along. And it's so quiet, so smooth. Oh, just missed a Lamborghini reversing. That would have been embarrassing, to have been bashed by a Lamborghini in one of the most expensive cars I've ever driven. I will discuss the price of this car shortly, and my reasoning behind my passion for it, because this is really, truly remarkable machine. Oh, I mean, we're talking, this is incredible. Do you hear that? Now that, I admit, I have put it on sport because I wanted to hear the noise. So the interior is nothing short of really, truly spectacular. Everything about, I'm in love with this car immediately. Immediately I sat in it, I'd fallen in love. Just little things like, I'm just going to move myself forward a bit now. It's all so nicely done. So it's not on at the moment, but if I put my foot on the thing, press that little button and it comes on, and the noises it makes are just so cool. The sat-nav's brilliant. I mean, there's no point even saying the sat-nav's good because it's just fantastically, brilliantly amazing. It's huge. Look at the size of it. So the exterior of this car, we can't really judge at the moment. Just one moment, because I'm just going to open that. So, you know, it's not going to look like that when they peel everything off. It's got lots of extra bits of padding and cardboard underneath to disguise the size of it. But look at that. The size of that's bigger than my kitchen. That is incredible. So huge amount of storage in there. There's even more underneath. There's a big gap there with the cables in. Vast, absolutely vast. It's all beautifully automatic. It all works. Look at that. Wait, listen. Chul, chul. What about charging? Well, let's just give it a go. I've never had a car that needed charging less than this one. This has still got over 350 miles of range in it, but you know, I'll do it anyway just to see. So, lovely CCS charger there, very discreet. Plug that in. Oh, zip. And then, because it's a Mercedes, you get the Mercedes Me card. Just works. Oh, let me have a go. There we go. Oh, it just does it straight away. No faffing, it's charging now. The heads-up display. It is literally off the scale. That is unimaginable. That's one of the frustrations of this. I know we won't be able to shoot that. It is a floating display that tells me how fast I'm going, which way I'm going. There's arrows that point round, tell me that I turn that corner or that corner. That is amazing. It's so clear. It's crystal clear, but you cannot capture that with a camera. It's just designed for the human eye. It feels like it's here. What I'm looking at feels like it's floating in front of my face. It's unimaginably brilliant. So this is an early version of the car. This is a production version. It's not a prototype, production version. But I have been told there's quite a few software glitches they're still working on. It's not like the finished car. In terms of the interior, the software, the hardware is done. I mean, you can tell it's very, very impressive. So the charger can take 200 kilowatts, which is very, very fast. So it can go from, I think they said from 80 kilometers to 300 kilometers in 20 minutes. It's something like that. So it's, you know, it can charge very fast when you're on the Autobahn and you're driving very fast. So the styling of it, this is the shock. The initial images they released, Mercedes released, it was like a fabulous science fiction car. This looks a little bit more like regular, a lot of other cars, but it's very hard to tell because, as you can see, it's completely covered up. It's not going to be revealed till next week. I've got a suspicion this circle here might be a Mercedes badge. Don't know. I think this side you can actually play movies on that, and you can play big movies on here, and you've got games and lots of that stuff. But some of the things that really blew me away, so the energy stuff, so I can see, I drove for hours. I've got 90% of the battery capacity still. Somehow, I've just made the sunroof open. I don't know. What did I do? What did I lean on? No. I only had my hand here. It suddenly opened. Hey, Mercedes, close sunroof.
Please close the sliding sunroof in order to operate the roller sun blind.
Yeah, that doesn't really help. Yeah, I know, but I don't know how to do that. Oh, that's nice. These little paddles, beautiful, because when you have it on nothing, it just sails. It just sails and sails. It's so aerodynamic. This car, they've spent God knows how much money, God knows how much time, skill, talent, experience, engineering to make this car incredibly aerodynamic. 0.2 drag coefficient of 0.2. The Tesla Model 3 was everyone because it had such a low drag coefficient. And I'm aware of it. I drove here in it today, and it is very low. But this is lower. When I got in the car, the estimated range was 300. Listen to this: 393 miles. That was the estimated range. This car, I think, would be the first electric car, certainly I've ever driven, that I think I honestly could get up to 400 miles on one charge in this car. You'd have to drive it carefully. You would have to make sure you're in super eco mode, not in sport, doing silly acceleration or anything remotely like that. But, oh, beautiful. But it's a hell of a lot to do with the aerodynamic efficiency of the vehicle. Of course, it's not. Oh yeah, look, 22.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. I don't even know. And this, look at these shapes. This is the stuff I thought was like, you know, when you were on the latest versions of Star Trek, the ones with Picard, and he says, "Make it so." How much energy are we using? Make it so. And that's this, because what does that mean? It's got some spiky bits, and it's got some wibbly lines, and it says. That's just amazing. Consumption, is that what I'm looking? I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Charge consumption. Ah, that's energy use, and that is regen. So I was going along the motorway, and then I slowed right down, and that must have given it that jolt there over time. Okay, yes, that would make sense. So I was getting more regen. Right, range there. 343 miles range now. And you can change different functions and you can see how much it adds. So if I use Eco Drive functions, if I activate them, I get an extra 9 miles. First thing I thought when I first started to move in it, I want to be a chauffeur. I want to drive people around in this car because it's so nice for me. They're in the back doing their calls to their hedge funds to sell, buy. You know, they'll be gambling and trading in Bitcoin in the back. But I'm just sitting here going, this is nice. So the back, I'm sorry, I'm just getting used to this. I mean, I'm just sitting here. I've got so much space. There's lights under the seats. I can see the temperature and all the controls are there. There's a thing, I guess this is like a armrest. Oh my Lord, oh my God. This is, there is a, what does that do? Oh, so there's your own, I don't even know what this does. It does something. Oh, I see, it's the same as that. Wow, I'm not going to waste time doing two. Does that go back in? It goes back in. And then in here is, phone charging. Put your phone in there. Fantastic. Wow. So, it's basically almost a car that you get driven in. You don't drive, you get driven in it. Because you're that sort of person that doesn't have to do manual tasks. Here is a set of headphones, wireless headphones. Just for the passenger. So look at that, beautiful noise cancelling wireless headphones. So you sit in the back, all in luxury, in total luxury. And I'm sure the seats have, I don't even know, they do something, they have heating and cooling. Oh, I've got to try the rear window button. Lovely action, again. And it goes right down, there's no bit of glass sticking up. Oh, bye-bye, ordinary people. I'm now in my luxury pod. What does that do? There's all the time there's buttons that you can see. I don't know what that does. Oh. Did I do that? I think I did that. How much does it cost? So this is a really critical part of the whole discussion around electric cars, which I think does not apply to this car. You know, why are electric cars more expensive? Why are they so expensive? What is it about when you get the petrol version of a car that exists and an electric one? Why is the electric one more? All those things, really important topics for discussion. Lots of things going on in that area. Lots of influences from outside Europe and North America that may change that. China. This car, there isn't a petrol version of this car. This is built as an electric vehicle. It's incredibly expensive. And I think that is absolutely fine. This is a high-end, incredibly expensive luxury saloon car for high-end, incredibly rich luxury people. It's not for the likes of me. It's not for the likes of most of the people who watch Fully Charged. And we're now coming up to the reason I probably shouldn't have gone on the motorway, because I think the traffic is all stopping, which is slightly annoying when we've got very limited time in the car. But it's a little bit easier to drive and talk like this. But this car, they haven't released prices yet, Mercedes, but the estimates are it's in the 100 to 120,000 pound, to about 150,000 euros bracket. It's going to be for sale in Europe and North America first, before it may be for sale here, which hopefully it will be for sale here. It will be for sale here. I'm not saying it won't be, but we don't know when. But it will be, the first deliveries will take place in late summer. So Q3, I think, is how it's often referred to. What I love about it, it's not an SUV. It's a saloon car. It's a luxury saloon car, and it's not going to look quite as fabulous, I can tell, as the images that they first released and the kind of prototype cars they had on display at various car shows in the olden days. So it looks a bit more kind of, suburban and plodding than I expected. I expected it to be sort of a bit more zwooshy, but whatever it looks like on the outside, the interior makes up for it. If this was a cardboard box, I'd be impressed with the interior, you know. And it clearly is super slippy. That's the one thing I experienced on the motorway when I finally got moving, when I came back down the motorway. I took my foot off the throttle and I was doing 60 miles an hour, 60 mile an hour limit, and it stayed at 60 for so long without me doing anything. It just, and then if you want to put a bit of regen on, you've got your beautiful Lewis Hamilton paddles. You can do a bit of controlling of your vehicle. I really did feel very like I think I look a bit like Lewis Hamilton. I can certainly drive nearly as well as him. It can do 11 kilowatt charging at home, destination charging or home charging, 11 kilowatts standard. You can pay for an additional adapter so that it can take 22 kilowatts at home, which a lot of houses in Germany will have that. It's far more common there. And then up to 200 kilowatts rapid charging, CCS rapid charging, which is impressive, which we're not going to be able to experience today because there's no way I'm going to be able to get this battery anywhere down low enough to do that. I'm not going to be able to drive that far. I would have to drive literally 300 miles plus today to get anywhere near that. The shaping of this door panel here, I just loved it. I kept brushing it when I was driving. It's just, I mean, it's very, very unique. It's very wrapped around. It's beautifully, beautifully put together, which it should be because it's an incredibly expensive car. Because you get things like that. Oh, the little door's open, but you have to close them manually. That one bites me every time I open it. I went like that and it got. Sorry. It is space age. It's like being 20 years in the future. The software is incredible. The seats are so comfortable. The padding there, it's just like, God. It looks like that comes off and you can probably give it a rinse in your washing machine. You can pop it in, give it a rinse, clean it up. But you know, the amount of different bits of stuff. And I can ask it to massage me. I haven't asked it. Just so I've just seen a little flap here, and this is for real. I do not know what this does. I still don't know what it does. It's come out. It's got a windscreen wiper thing on it. It's for putting your washer fluid in. You don't need to open this. You don't need that. You pour your washer fluid in there. So easy, outside the car. You're not splashing it all over every stuff. Oh, genius. That's washer. I saw a windscreen wiper sign and went, I don't get that. No, that's where you pour your washer fluid and then you close it. Ah, I want this one. Oh Lord, it's going to be so depressing not having this car. It's amazing. That's absolutely incredible. What an amazing machine. Oh Lord, I'm really depressed now. I'm going to have to give it back and give them the keys back and be all honest. I can't steal it. It's the only one in the country. I think they might be able to track me down. But it is the most remarkable. I think out of all the cars I've ever driven on fully charged, I think this is the one that just, seriously, this one just blew me away. It is amazing. And of course, it's massively expensive. It's really, you know, it's all the things that effectively I should be screaming about. And it's not right. They shouldn't be making expensive electric cars. They should be making basic cars for the people. But you just got to drive this for 10 minutes and go, it is amazing what the human race is capable of achieving with technology, and this is a brilliant example of it. It's German engineering at its absolute super zenith finest. It is genius car, amazing. So hopefully we can get to drive it again with a bit longer because it's got so many aspects. The thing about that is a lot of it will filter down into cheaper cars. A lot of the technology they put in here, just being able to fill your windscreen washers without opening the bonnet. What an amazing breakthrough for the human race in the 21st century. Anyway, That's all we got time for. I haven't even mentioned Patreon or subscribers or anything like that because I was so excited when we came here to see it. I forgot all about that. I'll do that on another episode. That's all. As always, if you have been, thank you for watching.